Hello and welcome back to another fabulous video on my channel. I'm Jacob from Jacobishere, and today we are here to talk about the patch update. But first, I want to very quickly mention, link down below is a website to go to where you can figure out anything you can do to help Black Lives Matter. If that is something, I want you to take this as a sign, if you have not done so yet, to go down there and go ahead and look at it. Also, I want to mention I am doing a giveaway. That giveaway is taking place on my Twitter. It is a pinned tweet on my Twitter. All you gotta do is follow me, retweet, and like, and then also I will be live streaming this patch update and much more details with my Dane family, which I did an update, which is the last video. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into game now. I'm gonna get my green screen, and then we're gonna jump into game and go through. So as you guys can see here, this is the map screen. First things first, I think it's only if you pre-order. You guys can see Evergreen Harbor down here, which is really, really cool. I'm very, very excited for this world. If you did not know, my screen, by the way, is over here. I tried recording it so I could look right here. It just did not work. It's fine. But yeah, Evergreen Harbor is right here. It comes out on the 5th of June, which is Friday, which is the last day for my giveaway. A lot of people have entered, but also if you follow me on Twitch, we're doing a party, at least that's the plan, a early release party for it, where we're playing it at midnight together, downloading it and everything together after playing The Sims for an hour, and I'm planning on giving away a free code then if you guys want to come. I'm not entirely sure if I'm doing it or not, but I'm just letting people know in case they do want to show up. There is a chance you guys could win the pack if that's something you guys are interested in. My giveaway has nothing to do with Eco Living. It's any expansion pack, but Eco Living you could choose. That's why it's coming out on the 5th. But something very cool they added in this update, though, is these little things, which is, like, they're, I don't remember what they called them, but, like, they're neighborhood legacies, I think it's what they're called. But they're the, like, little pinpoints. The original 4 neighborhoods that came before, like, anything huge or whatever. Oh, I guess Mara Progrid. Oh, does not have one. Interesting. Okay, get to work. We get you. But Windenburg, Newcrest, Oasis Springs, and Willow Creek all have them now, which is very, very cute. We're going to be going over them because I'm very excited to read all about them and stuff. Especially Newcrest, because maybe now you can build a whole world around Newcrest that way. I'm very, very excited. And so yeah, very interesting. This, by the way, is a mod. Oh my god, is that what's breaking my world? That's totally what's breaking my world, guys. I bet you anything. I figured it out. Got it. Okay, on side notes, though, let's go ahead and jump into Create and we're going to go through all those items, and we'll jump out of Create and into actual game, build mode, and all that fun stuff. Okay, the first significant thing in criticism that we should talk about, the thing that I think is bringing a lot of attention to it, is the fact that we did get brand new makeup in The Sims 4. Mac and The Sims collaborated to put out some collections. We have some new eyeshadows, we have everything except face, like full-on face paint. I think they're for interesting choices. Personally, that's not it, that's custom content. It's these 5 eye looks. I think it's interesting. It's a choice. I'm not a huge fan of, like, I guess if we're trying to do like war paint, you know, I think these would be really good. I'm not really sure. They're supposed to be evolved. They're supposed to be better. Also, they're supposed to shimmer. I'm wondering if that's, we'll get there. And then there is a few eyes. I gotta find them. There's a few eyeliners. Oh, there we are. So we have this one, which definitely has like a shimmer in it, which is interesting. I don't like it. And we have this very, very, very blocky one, which I don't like. See here with cheeks, we have some more blushes and stuff, which I'm curious to use. So far, these are like the only ones that I could see myself using is the blushes. I was hoping for maybe a highlight, and I can't tell if there's one, but let me know in the comments down below if you guys think there's one, and it's something I'm very interested in. The lips also I do find interesting. This is one of them. I don't think this is a horrible lip. I think there's better lips out there. Get Together, by the way, has a great lip if you're looking for a good matte, but maybe you don't have that, so, you know. This one's glossy, which is really interesting, and it does do a nice little shimmer. You see, like, how I kind of wish the cheeks had a shimmer? I think it would have been nicer, personally, in my opinion. Then we also have this two-toned lipstick, which I'm not a huge fan of. Then we have this very, very kind of placed on there, just in the middle of the lips, didn't smush or anything lipstick, which I also find to be rather interesting. Some other things they decided to do is to give kids more styled looks. So if we take out everyday, we take out masculine, kids now come out to have a lot of different styles looks. Now, hold on. I should be more clear here for anybody who's never downloaded a patch before. All this stuff is only base game. Anything going forward is base game. Now you can have it in your base game, which is why it's free, which is why you don't pay for it. There's still a bunch in here, though. And this is for every look. I mean, there's 50 now. I don't know how many there were before, but that's a lot. And then I think there's 26 or something like that for toddlers. And personally, I think toddlers is where I would use it the most. Children, I tend to like to pick out my own clothes. But for toddlers, it just gets a little harder, you know. And they have a total of 16 now. So that's very interesting. Let me know in the comments down below. There's 20 new altogether. I'm assuming, and they're divided up equally between the two. Alright, that's the cast stuff. Let's go ahead and jump into build, buy, and the game stuff. Some things that they have updated, which I'm very, very excited about, is an inventory update. So I'll showcase that real quick. So the inventory update is very, very interesting. And I think the most best thing is that you can select it all. Okay. Okay. You can select all. And you can sell all. That's revolutionary, okay? I don't care. I mean, yeah, I want to categorize it. You can filter it. You can do whatever, especially for, like, inventories like my main current household person. It's insane, and it's crazy, and it's ugly, and I hate it. But it gives me anxiety. Now you can categorize it in a whole bunch of different stuff. But also this will depend on what you have, by the way. My scraps, I think it's going to depend on what you have. Maybe not. Maybe not. It might be just whatever. But you also can filter it through here based on, you know, price, your most expensive, to your least expensive, which is, I think that's like, these are like 0. And then that's like, that's expensive or whatever. Also, just to mention for earbuds, they now just get delivered into your inventory, so do check your inventory if you do have that pack or whatever. Something we should talk about. What's another thing? Oh, they lowered the amount of calls you'll get, so it won't be so random. If you get 2 in a day, you're probably not going to get any the next day. Something like that, based on those things. Those are not acquired to like the Slice Life mod or whatever, as that is a mod, not a part of the game. What else is there? We have bills. So bills are under the house, and show bill information is right here. So this is really, really interesting. I'm very curious to see what happens. We do live in an apartment, which is different from just an overall like house. For instance, the last thing I looked out for this is I did do a 30-minute video. It ended up not working out. Was that it was $300 to live there, like on property tax. But everything else kind of just built up over time. These are bills that will build up over time, so initial total could be $1,200. But you do have power to go through. You have water, other taxes, and tax breaks and penalties and stuff like this. I'm not sure what any of this over here means. I'm excited to find out, though, and we'll be looking at that very closely on stream and things as we continue to play with these particular sims. Okay, so we have bills. So, Riflemen are now an NPC. They came with Discovery University. If you didn't pay your bills, they would come over and they'd take your stuff. Now, if you don't pay your bills, they still come over and take your stuff, not just for everything, not just university, which is really, really cool. Ladders. That's something they added. I'm a little nervous. I can't show you most things when it comes to doors. Or windows. Windows is the really cool part, but, like, let's see. Let's test the water. Okay, so technically, see... Apartments are broken for me in the save anyways, so like it's pointless. At least this apartment is. Are you kidding me? I just went. Fine, we'll do it the door. So now, beforehand, like you could grab any of these objects anywhere, and if you have bb.move objects on, you could place it anywhere. If not, you can only place it like so close or whatever. If you hold Alt, so it's not placed on the grid. This is placing it on the grid. This is without the grid, and that's Alt. It's a key on your keyboard. Okay. Now, however, they did allow this for the doors to be placed anywhere they like along the walls, as long as they don't intersect, which is why this is just like... I'm trying to find one that's like free with fluidity, and I only have like 2 doors in this house. So like, yeah, it would go anywhere you want. As you guys can see, it can go anywhere on the grid as long as it's on a wall, which is really, really cool. That's something they added. Obviously, the newest thing, one would say, one of the cooler things they added was the fact that we could have, because I think that would be really, really cool if we could have it in this, like, said apartment. I'm not sure, but they did add them, and it's in this little section down here. There's a whole bunch of different colors you can choose from for this particular ladder, and a lot of people had asked already why it's a base game only and it doesn't come with a new pack. It's just like how they eventually added laptops. They want to put these in different packs, and they cannot do them if it's only solely in one, as they have a rule, even though apartments seem to be the exclusion and several other things, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, continuing on. The next thing we have is a fireman, which, honestly, some other things in build mode that I should just very quickly mention, which you can turn off. For instance, columns and stuff, they have these arrows, which, shows you if there's a minor environmental gain or not. This goes on for everything. Also, I've heard flooring, for instance, has a low fire resistance. There's also a high fire resistance, or even possibly a low water resistance. So if we have a certain wood and you want a fire, probably don't use that, you know. But you can turn those things off so they just work like normal, and you have no like difference or whatever. Also, they started putting the eco footprint and stuff in here, and so if you get eco living, it will depend on you, but if not, it doesn't matter. But it goes down straight down to these, and these cover up so many different items and stuff. There's a whole tutorial if you are curious. If you go into your menu, however, you go to gameplay options and you go to gameplay. It's over here where it's build mode, and you just uncheck it, and then it goes back to normal. Like nothing ever changed in your game, in case it's something that really annoys you and you really hate the fact they added it. You don't have to play with it. Is that everything? Okay. So moving on to Firefighters. If I've missed anything, it's a very, very big patch update. There's a whole list. I'm linked down below. It's Sims VIP. Lots of things in the description in case you're curious. But if you go into your menu, in case you just want to call the fire department to call the fire department, it is not a service. I find this interesting. But either way, you can call the fire department. And I was curious about doing this inside an apartment building. We can, of course, set a fire if that's something we're interested in. We'll probably... Alright. And they pop up real fast because it is a fire and things. And this is what they look like and such. Okay. Well, this is what they look like and such. They're in a firefighter uniform. This is not a job. You can't have, this is just NPC. Now this could be groundwork to become a job in a later pack, but guys, that is the update. Let's go ahead and do the outro, and then I will say goodbye. So basically what that means is that that's everything you're getting in your patch. It's a lot more details and stuff, so I highly recommend you guys go check the patch info. Also, if you have any mods, make sure they're updated or they can work, as I have one that breaks the game. So you have to make sure you update those. If you're brand new to the game, you just started using mods. I know it sucks, it's horrible, but I promise you, you'll get through it. Everybody does. And also, this is a great opportunity in time, in case you're nervous about it, is to start completely over and delete your mods folder and start over. A lot of people do that sometimes when they have huge patch updates, as older CC can sometimes break your game, and so be very cautious as you continue down your path with custom content. But guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to help out, like I said, with the Black Lives Matter movement, everything I mentioned is everything I mentioned is listed in the description down below. My Twitch, the Black Lives Matter movement page, the website that I told you guys can go to find any type of thing. I would check Twitter. I would Google any donations, anything you're placing, to make sure it's going towards the cause and not going towards somebody's bank account. There's been a few people who have been caught doing this, and it's really, really wrong and it's really disgusting. But I would do research before you donate, or sign a petition or whatever, just like you would normally do it. Don't just eagerly give your money away, especially in time like now. Also, my Twitch, like I said, is linked down below. And then anything else I mentioned, I can't think of anything else. Oh, the patch notes in general, I use Sims VIP. You can use simscommunity.info or even the forums if that's something you're interested in here on the website. Twitter, I think The Sims always post them on there and they take you directly to that forum. I just use Sims VIP as that's been my home for a long time now. Alright, if you guys enjoyed this video, please maybe a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below. Hit subscribe. I'll see you all next time for another beautiful video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.